Steve, the amazing news that you've re-signed a new 6-year deal to keep you here at Wakefield Trinity. Just first of all, how do you feel about signing the new deal?
Yeah, genuine honour for me to be given the trust by Mark, Craig and the family. Means a lot to me, means a lot to my family. So I've loved this club, since I've come here in October 2023. Seems like a long time ago now. We've gone very quickly. We've done some really nice things, but we've got a long way to go also. So to be trusted and obviously take the step up to director of rugby is a big privilege for me, and one I'm excited for.
How easy of a decision was it to sign that new deal?
Yeah, easiest decision ever. I'm loving every day at the minute. We're going to have some tough times. Rugby league clubs do, but yeah, easy decision. I'm loving it. I'm growing every day. I'm learning off all different people within the game, not just at the club. So and everyone's been great with me so far. Obviously, being a little bit younger than normal in this role. So no, really excited and looking forward to the future.
You mentioned the change in role, that you've gone from recruitment and salary cap manager to now director of rugby. Just for the fans at home, just explain what that switching title has meant.
Yeah, you end up doing a lot of different things anyway in rugby league, and a lot of different things that probably not in your remit. Where director of rugby now just covers them little bits off that I was doing, and it just gives a little bit of a clear structure. End of year, mid-year review. There's a couple of grey areas that we decided that we needed to assess and reconfigure. So myself going into that role just covers a couple of different bits off, not just in the first team, but in the whole rugby department. Across the first team, the youth department, and the women's. So it just gives us a bit more clarity on the structure going forward.
On the field, then, the boys that you have recruited in your role as recruitment manager, gone pretty well this year, haven't we?
Yeah, really good this year. Boys have stepped up. We're coming to the back end now where some really important games, and we've got to stamp our authority and get ourselves in the playoffs. It was always an internal goal of ours to get there, but we've got to get there yet. We've got some tough games. Our boys around us are playing well in Hull FC, and Warrington are still at the bottom there trying to get into the six. So for us, we've got a big end, but the boys have been great. The fans have been unbelievable, and that's what we've built the club on really since we joined.
Your new deal obviously coincides with new deals for Darryl Powell and Michael Shenton. Just a word on those guys and how great they've been in their roles as head coach and assistant coach for this first team.
Yeah, unbelievable. Darryl's been the best I've worked with so far. And become a real close friend as well as colleague. And Shenny, obviously known as a player at Cass, and he's been absolutely phenomenal. The rest of the coaching staff are unbelievable. So to be on the same deal as them, lengthwise, and it's just a great feeling to know we're going to build something special here together as well.
Obviously, we've mentioned new deals for yourself and Pally and Shenny. But there's a number of different people as well in this coaching team that really do pull together and have really worked hard this year to get this team where they are.
Yeah, I think the one thing that people don't see is just how close-knit the coaching staff are. And I'm part of that, and I'm also a different bit of the other side, so I can see it from the outside, but also from within too. They're really close-knit friends, and I think that helps. Being colleagues, then if we are close-knit as a coaching group, and then as a hierarchy as well with Craig and Matt and Darryl and myself, it just goes on to the players. Everything filters through to the players. They're a tight-knit group, and it works for everybody then.
Recruitment for 2026 is obviously well underway. A number of new signings, 2 regular NRL players with Tyson Smoothy, Jas Tevenga coming in. How far into that process are you? Yeah,
pretty much finalised. We will always leave a little bit of wiggle room for movement. A lot of movement goes on in off-season and pre-season when players can't get in the teams and they get messages from the coaches, etc. So, but from our planning point, we were really, really happy with the 26 squad. A couple of retentions, big retentions, a couple, like saying, imports from Australia that we believe will add some real top-end quality that we've been after a little bit. We're really excited for next year, but I'm also excited for the rest of this year too. We've got a real big job to do, and I think it'd be a fair statement us getting in the playoffs in our first year back in Super League.
A 6-year deal then. At the end of that 6-year deal, where would you like to see Wakefield Trinity?
I think the obvious one is to have some silverware in the cupboard. That's the obvious goal for everybody. But I think it's not just achieving one; it's setting the club for sustained success going forward. In the youth department, bringing players through, getting to the point where we've got a high percentage of homegrown players playing for the club. You know, it's open obviously about the Australian rules and stuff like that, but we want a homegrown team here, and that takes time. So with this new deal, it gives us time to plan and work with the coaches and the youth department to get it where it needs to be, and ultimately have some silverware in the trophy cabinet for the fans to enjoy.